Every now and then, someone makes a new and brazen attempt to scale the daunting north face of Mount Ignoramus. Invariably, they achieve new, dizzying heights before the mountain shrugs them off and they plunge deep into a crevasse from which the only hope of escape is to tunnel out by credit card. I'm John Cadogan from AutoExpert.com.au, the place where Aussie new car buyers save thousands off their next new cars. Hit me up on the website for that. Today's predicament comes from a woman I will not name, mainly because I have no burning desire, no need to embarrass her specifically on top of the problem that she already faces. Question about the quality of modern engines. I have a 17-month-old vehicle. We serviced it at 1 year, 35,000 kilometres. We thought it was a 1 year interval equals. Didn't think it had to be at 15,000 kilometres. Service was fine. Now, 5 months into the service and the engine has siezed. Is that right? No, that's not right. I recommend spell checker. I before E, except weighing, surveilling or reimbursing either a seized caffeinated deity or a heinous seismic poltergeist concierge on a heifer whose neighbour reignited 8 feisty foreign sovereign atheist reindeer after a heist. That's weird. Is it possible for an engine to completely pack up after only 17 months? Are they not built like they used to be? Would love your advice because at this stage we're up for a new engine. It's now not covered under warranty, which will essentially cost us $5,000 to $10,000. Unfrigging believable, but perhaps I should not be surprised. Anyone can whip down to Bunnings, which is kind of like Home Depot if you're not from around here, and procure a 9-inch angle grinder, one of my favourite implements for purifying the gene pool. So incredibly effective. Then, should you choose to operate it in the privacy of your own domicile, nude at 2 a.m. on a ladder after consuming a bottle of Jack Daniels, perhaps wearing a car battery attached to your reproductive organs via a set of jumper cables, then I suppose nobody is really going to intervene and stop you. But frankly, as a professional, I should learn you in the preemptive advancement that any one of those operational decisions is probably a mistake. The point is, there are minimum responsibilities that come with just about everything. There's an operational baseline that is simply assumed, and there are consequences if you fail to heed these, even if only because you are ignorant of them. I understand that this is an unpleasant position to be in. I absolutely get that. A blown engine. Definitely not fun. I mean, I've had fun, and that is not it. This situation is, of course, not a one-off. It's collective ignorance, and not the first time I've had someone try to deflect accountability after letting the service lapse for approximately infinity longer than they should have. Not servicing a car for 35,000 Ks is nuts. That's almost 1 lap of the planet. It's utterly negligent and completely indefensible to feign ignorance in the face of the repair bill that you can't jump over. What I cannot defend here is the tactic in play. Rather than just take responsibility, let's try to brush it off on the car maker. Servicing requirements are very clearly spelled out in the owner's manual. Even a politician would get them. The clear protocol is servicing on the basis of time or distance, whichever occurs first. And the intervals specified are the maximum possible operational times and distances between services. Pretty simple, huh? 12 months or 15,000 Ks is a very generous service interval. 35,000 Ks is a cruel and unusual punishment. And there is no doubt in my mind, legally or morally, that there will be no wriggle room for having this fixed under consumer law, no grounds for legal action, and almost certainly no altruistic offering by the car maker to pick up the tab. This has nothing to do with engine build quality. A properly maintained engine from any of the leading car makers will last 200,000 kilometres, maybe more, depending on the usage. And this is not a quality problem. This is you subjected it to enhanced interrogation at Abu Ghraib and it died problem. One of the more perverse feedback consequences of the incredible advances in automotive reliability over the past 40 years is the rise of a mechanically decoupled segment of the population. I'm talking about people who own a car but believe that maintenance is optional. I'm tipping the car at the epicentre of this shitstorm has not had the oil or coolant levels checked in 35,000 Ks. Ditto the tyre pressures. The only reason these muppets bother filling up with fuel is that they know the car's going to become furniture if they don't. If these people just checked the oil, water and air every second time they filled up with fuel, reliability generally would jump through the roof. There's an elephant in the room too. Just about every car has a service indicator. A message on the dashboard says, "Oi, dickhead, get your car serviced. It's due. I need it now." When yours has been aglow for the past 20,000 kilometres, that sound you hear is you loading the chambers and pulling the trigger repeatedly. Russian roulette, let's play. Yes! There's underlying science here too. Pesky little rule called the second law of thermodynamics, all about a thing called entropy. It's a scientific fact of physical property like length or weight. It's a measure of inherent spatial and energetic homogeneity, randomness. And you're thinking, so what? Take a look at a bomby old shit heap one day, a real dung box, and imagine the day that it rolled off the production line. Not a single defect, all shiny, no rust, all the systems online and operational, even new car smell. So what happened? The answer is time happened. Entropy increases with time. Entropy is why the house needs painting. It's why steel rusts. It's why food spoils. Everything gets messy, untended. On a personal level, entropy is why we all get old and die. Cancer is literally entropy at work on your DNA, and I'm not making that up. On the most macro level, entropy is a virus that infects the universe. It's actually entropy that imprints the arrow of time on the universe. Thank you very much, Stephen Hawking. The ultimate conclusion being a totally homogenised universe with no free energy. They even call that the heat death of the universe. And this is, of course, why there is no God. A creator would not have botched this design so badly, so breathtakingly inelegantly. It's all just an accident. And anyway, back on Earth, entropy is why you cannot escape the obligation to service your car. A very expensive lesson for some, I'd suggest. Anyway, before I let you go, words of naked encouragement just now, some feedback from the YouTube comments feed for balance. If you believe anything this Muppet has to say, you're easily swayed and will probably believe anything. News Corp spec idiot at best. News Corp. Very, very harsh, Brett Jackson. And it's 2 words. Dickhead. Just saying. But fuck you very much, Brett. Thank you sincerely for your interest in the reports. And now, this missive from Auntie Semite. I doubt there is any presenter on YouTube more annoying and a worse asshole than this Aussie loser. At least he was honest to say he lives in Shitsville, undoubtedly the descendant of an English felon, likely pedophile, rapist. So that's just about all I can take today. From me, asshole Aussie loser descendant of a pompedo rapist, reporting live from Shitsville. Actually, my relatives were on the side of law and order here. I am a descendant of Isaac Tarr, who was a Marine on the First Fleet on the Sirius, which arrived here in Shitsville with a bunch of British pedo-rapist bread stealers below decks on the 26th of January, 1788. Just saying. So you see, entropy even infects the comments feed. It really is everywhere. If you've ever dreamed of being a YouTube creator, do make a point of going on the concrete sandwich diet, won't you? Because you will need to harden up somewhat. The lowest form of humanity is out there entropying the shit out of itself, sitting on stained basement couches all alone in their sweaty boxes with no friends, unable to get it up, eating Cheetos and doing what they do best, which would be enthusiastically, impotently, both of those things, being nobody. And I kind of like that. There really is a place for everyone. Don't forget, get your damn car serviced on time if you know what's good for you. I'm John Cadogan. Subscribe and lube up for more of me. I'd like that. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.